for email marketing, so like quiz funnels, giveaway funnels, product launch funnels. That's what we talk about in our speeches as well. And typically each client we work with, they see an uplift of 127K in sales minimum. In this case, the influencer hyped up the product launch. We collected email lists. We ended up collecting around 47,000 emails for a completely new business with nothing. With like painters, with dancers.
Painters.
Yeah, the painting course is like 20K a day with 4K profit.
What the hell is a painter like?
They built a fitness course, $49. There's an immediate upsell for $67 and like 3 upsells, 3 downsells post purchase. And they scaled to 1.2 million. Welcome to episode 42 of New Money Talks.
Fantastic.
Solid intro.
Yeah.
We got Reinis. What's your last name?
Krumins. Don't even try to.
Well, we got the email god here. What's the term
The
that we can call
Latvian
you?
email god.
The Latvian email.
It was email goat. Got taken down from Instagram. It's just email Reinis now.
Email rating.
They just
Email goat was
recognize.
taken.
Yeah. No, I had it. It got banned.
Well, if
from
you
IG.
need it, there's a guy.
Damn.
Kyle is a guy. It's $1,500. We'll get you
I
the
do.
handle.
If you want to get a nice handle. But man, I don't even want to introduce you because you do so many things. But from born and raised in Latvia, correct? When did you come here? When did you come even close to the US?
First time I came into US was like when I was 17, so I think that's 2018. I was visiting. I still live in Latvia. So I just I go around a lot of places. Latvia is it's a home base for me. I just go down there, chill. But came here first in 2018. Came again in 2021. Then again 22, 23. So I've been just coming here every year since.
So you just
for
travel
events.
here. You have no like places here, no real estate, nothing like that.
Nothing in the US. Nothing US so far.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what are you doing in New York right now? Because like you're not from here, obviously. What's this little trip you're on? What are you trying to accomplish?
So we just wanted to see what New York is like. So me and my business partner, we came from the event in Fort Lauderdale. The event would be a couple of days, so we just decided let's spend some more time in the US. We flew to New York. We were just walking around the city. He got me a birthday gift of like a tour in a helicopter. That was pretty dope.
In a helicopter. Damn,
Yeah.
that's pretty sick. Like
Yeah.
Blade, was it a Blade helicopter?
I think so, yeah. I actually think, yeah.
That's awesome.
I think it was Blade. And then we just met some people for dinner. There's some other people that I have on the list that I know who live out here. Just enjoying the city. I just want to visit more cities, get more experiences, because I've been in Dubai, but New York is such a different vibe from Miami, Dubai, these different places. It's like when I was a kid, I would imagine everywhere in America looks like New York.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
It does not, definitely.
Yeah, that's funny. We asked this question, probably the first question we usually ask everybody. So if you were walking in New York City, right? You walk in a bar, walk in a club, right? Somebody comes up to you and says, "Who the hell are you? Explain yourself." Pretty much, I think most people probably do know who you are. Like the drop shipping community /
Yeah.
e-commerce younger guys know who you are. For people who don't know who you are, give like a 30 to 45 second just spiel on who Reinis is, what you do, like high level. You know what I mean? And then we'll kind of dive after that.
I mean, I typically tell them I'm a porn star.
No.
Pull it off.
Yeah.
No,
No,
he probably could pull
And by
it
the
off.
way, he's not 30. He's 22.
He's 22. And he looks like he's 32.
no, but genuinely, I always say I'm a porn star. It's just funny to see the reactions. There you go.
Honestly, would believe you too.
And it also like lessens the seriousness of whatever conversation is going to follow. You probably get less questions asked.
No, to be fair, like even if it's like a serious conversation, it just like you're never gonna go to a networking event or a marketing event and like you're gonna meet a porn star. So whether you're a girl or a guy, you're just curious and you remember that person.
Oh my god,
That's true.
That's smart. That's
Yeah.
smart.
That's true.
Yeah.
So who really are you?
and like when
So you're a porn star. All right, what next?
What's next?
What's next? And then I just roll with it. I just see how far I can take it.
Actually.
Yeah.
Well,
And then later,
I'm from LA. You know.
yeah, no, like
we do
later,
European porn.
everywhere, man. I traveled Dubai. Da. Anyways, like it makes sense because then they remember you like okay, this guy's weird. But then you go on stage, you speak about a topic. People are like, oh,
That's the porn star.
That's a porn star, but he's not a porn star. He does email marketing.
He's just like really good marketer. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
that's
that
what
adds
I do.
to it.
Yeah. It's like even when I go out to these events, a lot of times it's just like politely fuck with people. It's interesting to them because like everyone makes business so much about business.
So serious.
Yeah. But it's just a breath of fresh air. If you just go up to someone, like you can fuck with them, you can just chat around and I'm swearing a lot. Hopefully this.
No, it's all good.
No,
we don't care. No problem
You
at
can just
all.
chat around and then you dive into business later. I feel like that is like to me that's so much more natural. Sometimes if people come up to me directly, like oh, I know you do email marketing, like tell me a bit more about it, then I would talk to them. But if it's like someone who doesn't know me at all, I'd rather be interesting. Like have some sort of a conversation going, and then we can talk about email marketing.
Yeah.
Like I see where I can take it. Like I was like, no, listen, like I was just fucking around. I actually do email marketing. We run this.
They're like, oh, I run an 8-figure brand. You're like, yeah, no, let's get it.
Yeah, no, because like that's also good for people who have agencies there. It's a good way to kind of like diffuse like what the sale would be. Because if I go up to you, it's like, oh, I do email marketing. Like, do you have SMS set up for your
Reinis,
brand?
I'm actually gonna copy you doing this now because now that I think about it, it's actually like a move. I go to these dinners now in New York,
Yeah.
and like rather than be like, oh, I run a 3PL, it's like, oh, I'm a porn star.
I'm in porn.
Yeah, like
They're like,
you were
oh,
laughing.
really? How'd
And
you
they're
get into
gonna be
that?
like, what? And they're like, yeah, you know.
And I'm sure
like,
nobody's gonna like laugh at first. They're gonna be like, they're kind of just.
Well,
gonna
they're
be
gonna
like,
like,
oh.
they're gonna have to be serious. Like,
Yeah, no, they're serious. Even if they laugh, it's like wait, you're legit, like you're legit a porn star, and like it's so intriguing. It's even better like when you talk to girls about that. I kid you not. I like now I have a girlfriend, so I'm off the market. But when I didn't, I have this pink shirt, right? I have this pink shirt that's bright pink shirt. I go out if there's bachelorettes. They have pink stuff, so it's always like you point at them, they point at you. So it's easy to start a conversation. And when they got to when I'm on dates and anything, they ask me what I do. I just tell them I'm a porn star. What do you think is the conversation that happens right after?
I can't even imagine.
Most of the time, they ask about would I be good on OnlyFans. So like if they start talking about OnlyFans, you can also vet them, between like, do I want to just play around or do I want a serious relationship?
Well, his like fifth business, he's an OnlyFans pimp in Latvia right now. Him and Andrew Tater behind the computers typing it up.
So all right, so now let's change the topic. Let's say you go to a family function and you got a family member you haven't seen in 5 years. What do you tell them that you do?
I would tell them, so you know how when you buy an order online, you get a bunch of emails in your inbox. I'm the one who sends those emails.
That's a simple way to put it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the most simple way to put it. That's for people who don't want to understand it. But like for higher level people, I would say I run an email marketing agency. We primarily work with 7-8 figure brands. We basically fire the company and team from thinking, worrying about emails. We take everything over from strategy, copy, designs. Right now, we're also implementing different kinds of funnels for email marketing. So like quiz funnels, giveaway funnels, product launch funnels. That's what we talk about in our speeches as well. And typically each client we work with, they see an uplift of 127K in sales minimum.
Jeez. A month?
Depends on the scale of the brand. If they are, doing 7 figures, a lot of times, we can get to like, for them, a 12%. If we improve email marketing by 12 percentage points, that would be like 120K easily. And then we include SMS marketing into it. Then we do like a product launch campaign. Like those have done like 136K with just one email sent.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw on Instagram you were posting like the reels about like the product launches and how it's like just killer to do with email if you could do it right and stuff like that. That's like a big thing you're probably pushing, right?
Yeah, 100% product launches, and they also work great for sale launches. Like Black Friday, Cyber Monday comes around. That's that strategy works extremely well, even for new brand launches.
What is the strategy?
So essentially, it consists out of 4 steps.
I saw that you had a YouTube video that said 250K launch strategy or something.
Well, it's going to be our title right now too.
250K
in a day.
Yeah. So it goes through a couple of steps. I did a Twitter thread where I talked about it in depth when it comes to like launching new brands. But if you have a new brand, I think the strategy will apply to existing brands as well. So for the new brand that did 251K in the first 24 hours, they had a partnership with an influencer. You can either do a partnership where they have some sort of rev share equity, or you can just pay them. They did a couple of posts. The first step is to hype the people up. So before you launch something, you don't want to say like, here's a product, you can get it. But you want to be intriguing. You want You
Like
want to
nurture
tease them a little bit. Yeah. Like show some behind the scenes. In the case of the influencer, we showed they were closely working together with this fitness brand. So people are interested, what it is, where can they sign up. So we tease them. We show them something new is going to be launching soon. That's basically the hype up. Then the second step is basically the you could call it the pre-launch, you could call it the commitment phase. We drive people to a landing page where they can insert their email so we can build an email list. So if people typically would work with an influencer, they would just pay for promotions. Influencer does the promotions. That's it. In this case, the influencer hyped up the product launch. We collected the email list. We ended up collecting around 47,000 emails for a completely new business with nothing, just because we made the influencer push them for a promo. People were interested. Then they were ready to commit. Now, if you have a completely new product with no proof of concept, you can then have another sales page. So when they opt in, you can give them an immediate offer so they can buy it. But in that case, we didn't do that because they already had proof of concept, like a scale with different influencers before. So then when we get the commitment, we send these people three to four emails within an automation. So it's confirming that we have confirmed their entry into the early bird sale launch. We let them know when the sale is happening, when the new product launch is happening, and then we remind them about it periodically. So typically the timeline will be 2 weeks before the sale. We start hyping people up. Then we keep on sending them emails. For example, the launch is 7 days away. It's 3 days away. The launch is tomorrow. So they know when the launch is, and we keep on reassuring the date and the time of the launch so they never forget. Then when we're up into the launch date, we send out an email to everyone who signed up to get early access. We send them one email in the morning, one email in the evening. And then we do that for the next 3 days. We send 2 emails a day, and then we start sending daily emails. So before the 2 emails a day, the first email is just selling the product. The second email is the same email. We just change the subject line and we resend it to the people who didn't open the message. So able to...
It's like an easy way to get more people to buy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And then you have the email list, and then we can show them different offers. We can look at it as different angles. And
for brands that are just launching though, and they don't have an email list, how the fuck do you do this?
So that's where the influencer promotions came into play. We hyped them up. We made them get commitment through
collect their email and everything.
Yeah. So we had the landing page where they go to the landing page or leave their email to get early access to the brand. Everyone who had everyone who signed up had early access. Everyone else had to wait a day or 2 days or 3 days. So there is a real benefit, and there's a couple of you can build true urgency and scarcity with these landing pages, because if they don't sign up, they might miss out on products, like they might sell out. If you sign up, you get a bigger discount, so you have you get the bigger incentive. There's only a limited amount of people that can sign up, right? So you can use these urgency and scarcity tactics as well to drive more conversions. So I would recommend this if you're experienced with e-commerce. If you're a complete beginner, I wouldn't recommend a strategy. I wouldn't recommend the strategy at such a scale. I would recommend it at a smaller scale. There was actually a guy on, do you know Performance Max? Yeah. So in his Discord, I did a talk about the same exact strategy. And there's a guy called Dressy. He did this and he started launching brands from scratch. He's doing a couple $100K a month with this strategy, just consistently. And he has right now he's talking with, I can't name the influencers he's working with, but they're big. They have a couple of million followers, and they're working together to build jewelry brands. And he's in kind of the club where he can reach out to the big influencers, show the case studies, and work with them. So the way to do it, if you don't have much experience, you can look for influencers kind of like on the micro scale who have maybe like 10, 30, 50K, anything under 100,000 followers. You can see whether ideally these influencers should have some sort of a skill, or they should be in some sort of an industry. So for example, if it's an athlete, a bodybuilder teaches bodybuilding, a girl that teaches makeup, and they should have good engagement and a lot of comments for their content. Ideally, they should be YouTubers. YouTubers have better engagement than other platforms. And then you can reach out to them, send them simple email. Hey, we have an idea for a partnership. When we were sending out that email, we had a 95% reply rate. Sorry, 80% open rate, 60% reply rate. Something crazy high.
So you're going to start brands with these people?
Like partner with them.
So we did the same strategy with launching courses.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, with like painters, with dancers.
Painters.
Yeah, the painting course is like 20K a day with 4K
What
profit.
the hell's
Wow.
a painter like? Like teach you how to like paint like a painting.
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. People
There's
don't
some
think
weird
about.
ones. There's one guy who had a handstand course and he made like $500,000 in
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah, like someone that does calisthenics, exactly. You can do courses.
So
you
he
can
was-
partner up with them and do
He had a
courses.
whole like audience and everything, like on Instagram or something like that.
Yeah,
Cl-
but
ten
the
courses.
first guy that so this business I wasn't part of from zero. I
Okay.
came in when they were doing like 1.2 mil a year,
Okay.
and then we like from one offer we built out like 6 offers with
Wow.
multiple influencers. So the first offer, there's a guy B.mo8ed Be Motivated on IG, and before working with a partner of ours, John in California, he had like 60K followers. So he reached out. He was a celebrity fitness trainer, working with Jennifer Lopez, working with The Game, Prince Royce, like some big names. But like that was kind of like one of the USPs that he's a celebrity fitness trainer. They built a fitness course, $49. There's an immediate upsell for $67 and like 3 upsells, 3 downsells post purchase, and they scaled to 1.2 million
With no cost
in
of
sales. So that's a trick. Initially, you launch with influencer, so you get the cash and get the money back. Later, we were running ads for the influencer.
goods.
You can use their face and their likeliness to get traffic, because that's a whole pitch here. That if you launch a brand yourself, you're gonna make maybe 100 to 100K, but for how long? Like 2 months?
Yeah, that's it. It's done.
Yeah, then your reach is limited. The trick is to then take the success of the brand in short term and make it long term success. That's what we did with for example the painting course. It was doing like 20K a day, 4K profit a day, just like run as ads. The people themselves, they could have launched themselves, but they would have done like 100 to 200K in 2 months, and then it would be dead, and they wouldn't know what to do with it anymore. So there's real value in these programs. They can scale very nicely. You can build legit brands with it, because you can take a product that will be saturated in the dropshipping space, dropship it initially, get traction with the influencer, and then build into a brand. I know Luca Nets tried to do it with Supreme Patty with his product. The issue there was he was just like building. I don't think Supreme Patty is a good influencer. Number one. Number two, the brand they were building, it was a free plus shipping store, so it's like a short-term cash grab.
What is up, New Money Talks fam? Super excited to hop on here to shout out our amazing sponsor, Printful. You've definitely heard of these guys, but if you haven't, you need to check them out. These guys are amazing for so many things, but honestly, 2 things are amazing. Look, if you want to start a business, print-on-demand business, it's amazing. You can literally plug these guys into your Shopify store, and they're on WooCommerce, Wix, you name it, they're on it. Amazing integration. But what you could do, you can start a business tomorrow. Any logo, any design you want on a hat, on a shirt, shorts, joggers, backpacks, mugs, you can make it and not have any inventory. You can dropship it all from Printful. They're amazing. That's number 1. Number 2, if you own a business, wow, like you should be ordering from Printful. For Ship Dudes, we do it. I know for Kyle at Scale Brands, they do it. All merch, hats, backpacks, polos, uniforms. Look, fast shipping, great quality, great prices. You just can't beat it. And also, it's low batch. You don't have to order 100 units. You can order 1 at a time, and the quality is just amazing. We love these guys. You should check them out. We have our link in description /NMT. Use the link. We appreciate it. Helps out a whole bunch. And honestly, Printful, there's no one better in this space. So if you need merch, we're about to have some New Money Talks merch. They're amazing. Printful is the way to go. Check them out. Printful, if you don't know them, you should know them now. New Money Talks fam, I'm telling you, you guys are the best in the space. Anyways, back to the episode. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
What's like the
chains.
the AirPods and the chain stuff like that?
The chains, yeah. I don't know about the AirPods, but the chains,
Got
yeah.
you. Yeah. I have a question for you. You're so freaking young and like you know a lot of this shit. How the hell did you get into this whole game of like e-commerce and online business and stuff like that? Because like also you're not even from America. Like
yeah.
no offense to the international audience, but like
Would you say that made it more
is
challenging?
that easier or harder? Yeah.
Good questions. I'll
Yeah.
answer the easier or harder. I would say, in a country where I'm from, if you make like 2K, like if you make 3K a month, you're top 1%. Those are statistics by the
So you're like
the government.
you're like golden.
Yeah,
you're a
like
golden child.
my age, like there's basically no one who you
So
know.
so my question is how the hell did you even find this?
So when iPhone 6 came out, I wanted the phone. I told my parents I want the phone because they had iPhones and I thought they would get it. They said no. They said no once. I was like, okay, I'm going to nag them a little bit. No again, no again, no again. 2 weeks go by, I get like straight no's, like no, like not even a flinch. I'm like, okay, then I got to make money myself. So I Google how to make money online as a teen. I see videos about snoveling show, mowing grass, stuff like that. So I start mowing grass. And when I was like 7 years old, I wanted to get to the age of like 13, 14, where you can legally be hired to work. But I was a year early. So I was like, I'm not going to wait. I want this phone right now. I'm going to get to work. So I started mowing lawns. I started making money through that. Parallel to this.
In Latvia.
Yes. Parallel to this, I was.
It's like you.
Well, it doesn't make as much as here, though, I'm sure.
But keep
What
going.
were you making per lawn?
Like, how much you make a lawn? Like $5 in Latvia?
No, it wasn't as bad. It was like. Initially, I wanted to charge like $5, and my parents were like, "No, charge them like charge these guys 20, charge these guys 30."
In Latvia?
Yeah, because it was in the suburbs. So like as a kid, I didn't grow up like I wasn't middle class. I would say I was like kind of like in the middle, like lower end middle class. Then my mother remarried with my stepfather. He's been the best stepfather ever. And like I was doing this stuff, and then I realized, like I asked my mom, like, oh, what does he do? Because he had such a nice house, everything. It's not like like a mansion, but it's like a very, very nice house you'd want to live in. And she said, like, oh, he runs a business. I'm like, so he works for a business. She knows he owns it. I'm like, huh? You can own a business. You don't need to become a lawyer. So I was like, okay, okay.
In Latvia, is that like a normal thing to own a business or not really?
Nah,
really.
No, it's like
maybe a local business, but.
Yeah, no, like
Not
like
even?
a supermarket or something. Like,
I mean, like,
well, everyone's trying to be like lawyer, doctor is probably the big thing over there, right?
that's what people are looking at. But you can have like my father, he sells garage doors and like and like nets for anti-insects and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So that's a business he runs, for example.
Damn.
And like from him, like I wanted to initially work in his business, but he kind of declined. To be fair, my skills weren't good enough. I wouldn't have hired myself. So I started with graphic design. I was doing graphic design for Call of Duty YouTubers.
Wait, what? So you were like 13 and you did
Yeah, that was
design.
13. You can I had a YouTube channel with my speed arts. It's taken down, but if you type in Reinis Arts, you can still find it. If you go to deviantart.com/ReinisArts, you can find like my designs and stuff. A lot of them are pretty cool. It's like 3D renders.
Nice.
But then that led me down the path of social media marketing when Ty Lopez came out with his course. I was tight with I was in a lot of like tight communities online with people in the fitness space, because after the graphic design, I was doing fitness. I was trying to become like a fitness influencer, still a course.
And how old were you at that time? 15?
15, 16.
Jeez.
So I started like 15.
Man.
I started like documenting that at like 16.
How are you processing payments?
PayPal.
Yeah,
I only had PayPal and I got
You
banned.
just like lied, probably. You should have lied your age.
Yeah. I got banned, so I was using my mom's PayPal to take payments
Yeah, that makes sense.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then later, we were in some communities with like with you all know him and Gaji. So he was in a lot of those like fitness communities I was in on Telegram, and then I saw him like do the switch from like the fitness stuff to being a videographer, and then doing social media marketing, then doing courses. I'm like, let me try social media.
Time
Wait,
ago.
Yeah.
He must have been like 16.
Yeah.
He's not a year older than
He's a
me.
year old.
Wow.
Yeah. He's like
Yeah.
23, 24, right?
Yeah,
Like, he's
yeah.
like our age. Yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
16, he was like 17 and stuff. And I saw him do social media marketing. I'm like, there's no one doing social media marketing in Latvia. So I decide, this fucking 16-year-old is going to go to companies in Latvia, knock on doors like big brands and run their social media for them. Firstly, I get to, like, people are taking meetings, but I get to the office, they're like, okay, well, fuck off. That's it, done, bye. Like, they didn't take me serious. That's number one. Number two, they didn't look at social media seriously at all. Like, because like back then, that's when like Gary Vee was preaching social media here. So I was like, I'm going to be early in my country.
Dude, that was like 2015, 2014.
That was like, yeah, but like a little bit
16.
later. This is like me at 16, so that's like 2017.
2017, okay.
And yeah, I was just got shut down. So I was looking at like, if I was to do it in Latvia, I would need to charge them like big brands like $500 a month for like social media
what's considered
management.
a big brand? Like a
Um,
Samsung type of thing?
like Verizon.
Verizon,
Wow.
like
Yeah.
Vodafone or something.
Yeah, but
$500 a month.
yeah, like stuff like that.
That's crazy.
They would just not budge. And I was like, damn, in the US they're charging like $1,000 a month. If I could make $1,000 a month, they'll be big. If I could make like $3,000 a month, insane. So I just started reaching out to the people in the US space. I was going in Facebook groups, connecting with people, getting people like just connecting with them on calls. I remember this guy Gabe Diaz. I messaged him on IG. We got on a call, and then like a couple of years back, he sent me a couple of referrals. Like I made a couple of grand off of that. Like that one call, I was just going to people, saw you do business. Let's get on call. Let's connect. Connected with multiple people over time to where I started getting opportunities.
You should have hit up Iman back then.
I did. Like
Oh, you
I have
did?
DMs with him. Yeah. Like we were talking. But then when he got bigger, like I just wasn't at the same level. So there are DMs open with him, but I right now it's with a lot of like the more money you make as a person, the tighter your circle is. I've noticed that myself. So like I'm not even gonna hit him up right now unless there would be something interesting in terms of business or anything.
Sorry to even push you there. But anyways,
Yeah, no, it's fine.
So you're like, this guy Gabe Diaz. You said Gabe Diaz was
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah.
So he hooked you up with a few brand stuff like that?
Yeah.
And then what service were you selling to them?
This is like a couple of years back, email marketing. But I didn't do email marketing back then.
Is this on Klaviyo? Like what's this
Yeah.
on MailChimp?
Yeah, Klaviyo.
Okay.
Fuck MailChimp.
Yeah,
all
no,
my,
obviously,
all
but
my
like-
homies hate my MailChimp.
But also like you're like 2017, 2016. Like
Yeah.
is Klaviyo even a thing back
Like
then? I don't
MailChimp
even
was
know.
popular then.
Yeah, MailChimp was popular. I don't know about Klaviyo then. I reckon, yeah, like 2018 was like if I started email marketing then, bro, I would be balling now.
How come you never thought to do e-commerce, just like drop shipping and stuff like
It
that?
didn't have payment processing. I
Oh,
did not have
damn.
payment processing.
So in Latvia was just PayPal.
PayPal only. We only got Stripe like 4 years ago or 3 years ago.
Ooh,
We don't want to lose you there,
Man.
bud.
Don't
I'm
die.
good. But you partner with people for brands in the past, right?
So, the courses. We did the courses with an e-commerce brand. We haven't partnered with one yet, but we did the courses. We had Ghost Equity, Phantom Equity.
Thinking about that, like actually, damn, you had Stripe come up in 3 years ago in Latvia.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. It's
Yeah.
like you couldn't process anything. You couldn't even use Shopify at that point, right?
No, so there were people I knew who got EINs
From
to their
US.
name from US and opened Stripe accounts and paid no tax nowhere.
Well, that makes sense if you're in Latvia.
That's
like, how you gonna pay tax? Yeah.
that's what they did. I didn't want to do that because I want to come to the US. These people they're afraid to come to the US because of that. They're not
That
going
makes
to come.
sense.
So that's how some people were getting accounts, and there was like even guys buying passports, legit passports for like 50 euros. It's like $65
To like take
to
a picture
open
of
up
it.
more
Yeah,
accounts
yeah.
because Stripe would shut their accounts down.
Damn,
Wow.
that's a European like hustle over there.
Eastern
Yeah.
European hustle, yeah.
There was no like processors in Europe that you could
Like
plug
you can't
in.
just walk into a bank and be like, "Hey, do you guys have an online merchant?"
In the bank,
portal?"
yeah, but that's the issue. The checkout, they would use their own custom checkouts, and the checkouts were so terrible.
Oh, so you could have, but you have to use their checkouts.
Yeah,
Okay.
and but the checkouts were so bad. If you use them, you're guaranteed 0% conversions.
I mean, there was no integration with like Shopify or anything. Damn, is there
No.
now?
I would hope so.
Yeah, who
I
even
would
knows,
hope
right?
so.
Yeah. Damn. So you started email marketing the agency like around 2020.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
2020, maybe even like late 2019.
And then how'd you start growing that up?
Partnerships.
Okay.
Definitely the biggest thing was partnerships. Like from the connections I made when I was just DMing people, talking with people, I made relationships with them, and I had partnerships. So we gave people referral deals. Like we started getting good results. I was like, hey, like if you know someone from email marketing, we'll give you 15% of
Hmm,
every month whatever we make.
that's good.
And then we got a guy called Rohan. Shout out to you, Rohan. He almost got to making like six figures a year in just commissions off us, like referring us brands. He referred us a couple of clients within Europe,
Hmm.
doing brands in Europe. We started working with them, and we blew up because they have like 5 friends that do e-commerce, so they refer clients to us. Their friends have more brands to work with. They refer clients to us, and they get commission as well. It's kind of like, if you think about it, what Andrew Tate did as well. But like it's not an MLM, it's nothing like that. It's just like a referral fee if someone comes to us.
No, of course, yeah. That's the best way to kind of grow, like organically.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
referrals are great. We do cold emails, we do content that brings in some inbound leads. Obviously, we talked about doing a speech in Fort Lauderdale recently in Dubai. We do speech as well that brings in traffic as well. But I would say the biggest brands we've met with, the biggest brands we've signed is referrals. Like the higher, as I said previously, the higher you get, the smaller your circle. So you're not just gonna go out in public and just start randomly work with people. Today we started working with a brand. I'm not gonna disclose their name. They're doing multi-8 figures a year in the jewelry space, and the only way we would be able to work with them is through a referral, and that was through another big agency in Dubai who runs their ads. And they knew they needed email marketing, so they referred that brand to us. And I met them through, like, it was just so random. There's a guy called Adrian. I've known him for 6 years at this point, like when he was doing nothing with his agency, like barely anything. And then he moved to Dubai. He moved together with his buddy. I go to Dubai, I meet him, I meet his buddy. They both have agencies. His buddy's client needed email marketing, so they referred them to us. It's kind of like through these events, through like like even what we're doing right now, coming to the podcast. Like you might have someone that needs help.
100%.
Like for example, the same for you. I had a client who needed 3PL, so I connected them with you, and it's like I wouldn't have done that unless I would have met you at the event.
That's true.
We met in
Arizona. You meet all these people and like connect and stuff like that. 100%.
Yeah. Because like if you just hit me up, I have a 3PL. I have no trust with you. I have no idea. Like I could vet you, but then I need to do it myself. Whereas like someone tells me like, hey, we use him. He's great. Gets like these are the benefits about him. Talk with him.
Man's running an ad for me right now.
Yeah.
No,
what's the agency called? What's the actual name of the agency?
Agency JR. People think JR stands for junior. No, it's Jacob Reinis.
Oh, your partner's name is Jacob.
Yeah, my partner's name is Jacob. It's like when people were calling agency junior, I was like,
it kind of makes it feel like smaller, like
because you call like entry level marketers and the
junior media
buyer.
buyer.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I'm like, Jesus, might need to change the name, might not. I don't like. I think the name is tight. I won't change it or anything. But I was like, damn, should have gone with something else.
Just make it like RJ.
Yeah,
RJ
but then it doesn't rhyme with agency JR. Just sounds so nice.
It does sound nice.
Yeah,
100%. You said you also are doing other stuff, like you're doing loans for e-commerce companies now too, stuff like that.
Yeah. We good. When you do a good job and you make a lot of money, you have a lot of cash in the bank. And I didn't like having the idea of having a lot of cash in the bank. So
in the Latvian bank,
bank, we don't get paid interest, by the way.
I'm sure we don't get paid interest here either, honestly.
Really?
You probably get less deflation though. Inflation.
Yeah, it's a little bit less. It's like a
is it euros in Latvia?
Yeah, euros. Okay. Yeah. So so we do real estate and we do we do loans. So I have a buddy who works in a private equity company, and he was telling me about so I was listening about hard money loans in the US. Everyone does them for real estate. And then we had a client who needed a loan for his e-commerce business. He needed like $100K for 2 months. We're like, okay, let's do it. We gave him $100K. We did 3% disbursement fee, 10% yearly interest. He pays everything. Each month he just pays interest, and at the end he just pays it the whole sum. So he paid it back. He needed another loan, and we paid that out. And the reason why these companies need loans is they're in Q4 and they have inventory, and the inventory is not going to come here today. It's going to come here 2 months, like 2 months. So they know they're going to sell. It just like they either spend all the money on ads and have a backlog of orders and have bad reviews, or they spend all the money on orders and they don't have money for ads. So it's a cash flow issue. It's not about whether they are going to make the money. It's about when are they going to make the money. So we provide the capital for them. We have an open credit line with a company selling within the UK. We have 2 more companies I think right now we have open credit lines with. It's primarily like very tight connections, like clients, stuff like that.
How do you set all this up? Like, I'm very curious, like the legalities behind it and like the actual like keeping track of payments and amounts of payments and all that stuff.
Bunch of lawyers.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's a lot of work. You're just like, all right, like give 100K to somebody. Now I got to figure out how much every month they got to give me every quarter. Like,
it's easy. We just have we literally have a sheet that calculates the interest. So like the interest is being calculated per day.
How do you confirm they're going to pay you? They pay like wire. They just automatically wire you.
So right now, so the thing is, we work with like people we know very well, or like people that have been referred to us, and like we know what's paid.
Oh, of course. But like also with anybody, it's like you owe the money on the first, you pay it on the second.
Right. So to go back to this, the payments, like we're very selective with who we work with because I don't want to go into a situation where they can't pay. Also, the debt is guaranteed. Like if they're not going to pay back to the company, they're personally liable. They themselves are personally liable to pay it back. Which is, like we wouldn't work with someone who wouldn't be able to. There obviously is risk involved, but like the people we typically work with, we know or they can be vouched for. And like really for this, if you have companies with whom you have credit lines, they wouldn't want to burn that relationship if they're actually making money. Of course. Right. And we before that, we make sure they make money. We take their P&L, we take their balance sheet. We had a company in Israel who needed the money, but we saw like, oh my God, they're losing money every single year. They have investors. Jesus Christ, it's too risky. We tell them, no, we're not going to do it. And had so many shareholders, it was like, no, like this is too complicated. But the other companies, we look through the P&L. We see their profitability. We see how much cash they have. We see whether they have money in, for example, payment holds and like what are the issues they're having. We see their ROAS. We see, their MER. And then we're able to see like, are they going to be profitable? Is the cash flow issue is an issue where they need inventory and they just need the capital to scale? Yeah. Or are they just trying to fucking exit scam you? If there's any like smell of an exit scam, not gonna do it.
What's that? What do you mean exit scam?
So exit scam would be like, for example, it's like hypothetically speaking, it's like a brand doing, for example, like $1 million a month. They're losing money. They ask us for a loan of $1 million. We gave them $1 million, they disappear.
Really?
So for example, don't
you have like legal paperwork with all these people?
Yeah, we do. Like even if they did that, they would get
Yeah. And I'm sure it's a little different in Europe than it is in the US. Like they'll fucking rough you up in Europe too.
Yeah, like in the US, legal. My attorney told me I'm not roughing anybody up, so I have to say that. But in Europe, we also have you have debt collection agencies. Worst case now, you can sell the debt. Depending on what the debt is and how much interest you have, they'll buy it from you for like anywhere from 80% of the debt value to 100-something%. They sometimes pay more than what the debt is worth because of the interest. And that's the point. Like also, like you asked, like if they pay a day late or something like that, they pay a day late. Each day is 0.1%. So like even if they don't pay, it's kind of beneficial for us for have them not to pay. It's so expensive every single day for them not to pay. I can just take all the interest, sell it to a debt collection agency. And they can go and collect the debt, and those guys, you don't want to deal with them because that messes up your credit score. That messes up everything.
Damn.
Yeah, you got to talk to James Jang for that.
We have a whole guy that comes on here who does all credit stuff.
Yeah,
it's like don't pay the. Well, he says don't pay the debt collectors. Yeah. It's a whole clip.
He says they buy them at a discount from the debtor, and then it's not you're not legally obligated to it, which is like
it's like a gray area. We had a few TikToks got like 10 million views with some guy saying that on this podcast. So it's a touchy topic.
Don't pay out debt.
It's like let me go viral.
Let me go viral. Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. No, it's interesting. Like obviously you see all these stuff like Settle, Clearbank, blah 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 that do all this stuff. My thing with those, like it's a lot. They're getting screwed left and right. Like a lot of these guys, like I know like Amplo was one of them. Another one called Ampla. Like when debt gets more expensive and stuff like that, because these people were borrowing at like free money and they're loaning it out at whatever percentages. Yeah. But now it's like the same debt's like 8%, 10%, 12%. They're buying it for 12%, selling it for like 40%. You know what I mean? Right? So then, and then also on top of that, they have all the systems to collect the money, right? Because a lot of them are doing like percent of revenue on Shopify. It's like they'll connect to your payout and like, if your payout's like 10K for the day, they'll take like $2K and they'll give out the 8K.
Have you ever considered that, doing percentage of rev?
Possibly, yeah.
I feel like that's pretty smart.
Possibly, yeah. But later down the line, like now we keep it simple. Like percentage of rev, it's still interest. Like for example, Shopify says like, oh, we don't charge interest.
No, they do.
Yes, you do. They just don't. Yeah, they just don't.
Don't call it interest. Yeah. No. Definitely, like loaning money is a great business. Like making money off your money is a great business as long as you just have everything in place and not get screwed.
Yeah, 100%.
You can get screwed easily. You know what I mean? It's like
that's the thing. That's why we're very very careful with anyone we pick, because if we loan, like we could lose all the profit we've made with just one bad like.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like if you give it $100K out and then someone stiffed you for like 50K. You probably only made 50K of interest over the last like 2 years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and then you're wiped. Yeah, 100%. That's why like the agreements, like everything we build is bulletproof. Like this is where I'm not settling for anything less than, you know, like watertight contracts, watertight payment terms. Everything is watertight.
100%.
And yeah, that right now we only do loans within Europe, also because of these issues. Like if we do it in the States, it's again different debt collection agencies, different laws, so on and so forth. So to keep it safe, we only do it in Europe.
Being international, what's the mix of your clients for your agency?
Yeah.
Like international and US?
I would say 50% US, 50% Europe.
Oh, nice. Okay. And then
Roughly 50-50. Yeah.
And then
Which ones are better to work with?
Oof.
Assuming they're not watching.
I would say it's tough to say. Okay, I would probably say Europe, because in Europe you have clients who work in multiple countries, so we can charge them more. So one client would be worth more. That's one thing. But I would say Americans tend to be easier to work with in general. Europeans, so this is what I've seen is like, I'm gonna offend some e-commerce people. E-commerce people, your hiring and teams suck. They're bad in the US. Respectfully, if you go to Europe, someone makes like their first million, they're hiring a team and their teams are good. Here you have like human unicorns. They do everything. They basically even do customer support. They do the ads, they run the creatives, they do fulfillment, they do this, they do that. In Europe, you go up to someone, they hire out their team. They have a team. For example, Floris Huttaha, he was doing Floris Huttaha. You're not going to pronounce his last name.
Say it again.
GDG. Floris GDG.
Floris Huttaha.
Floris GDG. That's what.
Where's he from? Germany?
Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Floris Huttaha.
He was doing $1 million a month, doing general store dropshipping in Europe, fully automated team.
Jeez.
And like he needed to still work. He was just working on he was just making sure like ads wouldn't just go down the drain. So he was like looking at new ad strategies and stuff like that, and like improving landing pages.
What was he selling?
Everything. General store, like everything.
bullshit.
Oh, I know. Floris.
Yeah, Floris.
Yeah. Okay.
Say it. Floris Huttaha.
Floris Huttaha. I'm still butchering it. He's gonna be mad when I say it. Yeah. But anyways, my point is, these guys, they work to get good teams and they work to learn how to build teams. In America, people don't focus on it as much. I feel like just because they kind of like rack up $1 million, or like you can rack up like 10 million yourself, but I believe it's better to rack up 10 million and have a team. So if you fall ill, if something happens, other people can manage it for you.
100%.
So from that perspective,
Well, what does your team look like? How big's the team?
around 35 people.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, at its peak we were at 50. We were serving around 100 clients then, but we cut back down. We increased the quality of the clients and scaled the clients, and we cut back down on the team. And that was also because like we scaled up very quickly. So we had to hire very quickly, and then we just kind of like weeded out the people who were not efficient.
What is up, New Money Talks fam? Super excited to hop on here to shout out our amazing sponsor, Treat. You got to check them out. Try Treat.io. Link in the description. These guys are changing the game. I know your ROAS is suffering. IG, Facebook. Dude, these meta ads, they're a pain in the butt right now. We get it. I know. But look, creative is the only thing you can control. But creative is so freaking expensive nowadays. But what Treat has done is they changed the game. They built this awesome platform that integrates with Google Analytics, Facebook ads, Shopify, Shopify Plus, Klaviyo, Recharge, you name it, they integrate with it. And what it does is it makes a whole bunch of product photography that you can push into Meta, push into your IG ads and just optimize. Helps find the best, highest converting customers automatically. These guys are changing the game. I've never seen anything like this before. They can make thousands and thousands of product images that you can use to optimize instantaneously into IG and Facebook. So look, that ROAS is going to go up. You just got to use Treat. It's kind of crazy. We've been using it. We told all our friends to use it. And honestly, we're telling you guys, New Money Talks fam, you got to check them out. Link in the description below. Amazing team, amazing technology. Honestly, a game changer. You'll thank us later once you plug these guys in. Like I said, check it out. Link in the description. Treat. Try Treat.io. Look, if you aren't using them, you're doing something wrong. Now back to the episode.
Enough.
I'm curious, what do you hire for in like an email marketing agency? What's
The
like
positions we hire?
Yeah. Like, what
This
are you
is
hiring
this
for?
is this is very important question every business should ask. If you don't have people in your team, you should be asking who should I hire. For us, so if you think about it, you really have two things you have to worry about. Well, number one, you have to worry about sales, but sales is a completely different beast. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about fulfillment. When you talk about fulfillment, it's two things: client facing, back end facing, right? So client facing is the person who communicates with the client, and back end facing, they would need to organize a team. So we hire an account executive, someone with years of email marketing experience. They work with the strategy and client communications. You have an account manager who does everything, like manage the account, everything when at the account. Copywriter, QA for quality assurance, graphic designer. That's one pod. We have multiple pods. So these pods, they manage buckets of clients. You have also a pod for onboarding. These pods, they manage buckets of clients. And it's kind of like running mini agencies below you. That's the same way like private equity companies would run like their brands, like good ones, like Hilo Health. They have each company being ran by their own team of like a team of.
Are these all like international? Most probably not U.S. Probably no U.S. people in this, right?
All
European?
There have been. Right now it's European. The reason why, because time zones.
Oh, time zones.
Yeah, time zones is a big thing.
Well, if you
because
have U.S. clients, how do you the time zones fucked?
No. Like your morning is still our evening,
Okay.
so it overlaps. And like still, even if there are concerns or anything, most of the stuff is being talked about in advance.
Got it.
We make sure, like with other agencies you work with, they kind of do stuff last minute. We do everything in advance, so you.
Question for you: how do you communicate with your clients? Is it like Slack or something like that?
Slack primarily.
Okay, so like every client has a Slack and everything. You guys communicate like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like that idea of pods. We from my marketing agency, we kind of do the same thing unconsciously, where we have, we might have a couple of different paid search and paid social media buyers, email teams.
Yeah.
And we kind of will group them together on different clients because they're most familiar with each other.
Yes.
They work well collaboratively. So yeah, that's very interesting. And then you just got that one big dog at the top who's managing them.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's almost like you're managing sub agencies.
Yeah.
And everything is kind of self-sufficient.
Yeah, 100%, because we have a lot of systems in place for everything, so they follow the system.
Yeah.
There are two types of businesses. One is a system focused. One is a people focused. I would say e-commerce from the e-commerce brands would be people focused. You need some like super talented people in every industry, and you need them to be able to make decisions independently. As an agency, when you're at scale, like we've gone through so many accounts, we just know what's going to work best. And the team has managed so many accounts, they can look at the details and know what's gonna and make decisions on a different level. So from like a high level, everything is systemized. How onboarding works, how monthly email creation works, everything works there. When it comes to writing the exact emails, they decide a copy. They know what's best for the copy. For e-commerce, though, I would say like you got to be people focused, where you maybe have less systems in a way, but you have people like design those systems and hire around them. So
another question, you said copy and stuff like that. For the international people who are working at the company that do US work, is there any barrier to like writing and anything like that?
So do we test them for writing?
No, I'm saying because like for example, say you're from like
language barrier.
Say you're from Latvia, right? Like Latvian English and like English and like
Latvian English probably has better grammar than you do.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying grammar, just like the way of like an email
like
looks,
slang.
You know what I mean? Like an email looks in a sense, right? Like,
well,
has that ever been a barrier?
everyone's fluent in English. Everyone's fluent in, like grammatically, people might be better, but I will say
our grammar
like,
sucks in America.
Yeah,
like,
I know. But like more importantly, grammar is not the most important thing. Most important thing is like slang and pop culture references, everything. People who are copywriters in Europe, they know that. Like if they're focusing in U.S. market, they understand that and they know that.
Where do you find? I'm curious because like where do you find these employees?
We have like a lot of our teams in Serbia and Kosovo.
Okay.
Yeah, like a lot of that was we built a really good. We understood what the people working in other agencies didn't like about their agencies, and
what were those things?
To be honest, they're being slaves. They're like if you, I'm not gonna name names. If you know a big email agency, how they work, they're slaves. Their churn rates for their employees is nuts. So we did something where it's like, we're not gonna micromanage you. I don't care what hour of the day you work. We just need to make sure it's done. Within these hours, you should be accessible. You should be online. You should be able to access Slack. We're going to know if you don't work. Like people who didn't work, they were fired. Right now, we have people who get the work done and they're very happy with their day-to-day lives. If, for example, during the day, let's say it's 2 p.m., they want to go to the gym and do a workout, they can do it. They have the freedom to do it. And they're very, very happy. In the past 2 years, we actually had one employee leave for another agency, but he's been us for like 4 years, basically. But besides him, we had no one leave, like unless we fired them because of underperformance or something like that. But that freedom is what they really wanted, and it's a freedom. It's also like for the account executives. It's if you've been writing emails for a while, you want to step up. You want to be able to do the strategy. So they're working on strategy. They're working on higher level stuff.
Definitely.
And for other people, it might be working in a company that people are looking to crush it. They're looking to kill it. That's, for example, what we're looking at sales. We're looking at people who are ready to work and just ready to put the hours in, pump to get a hold of like massive brands. And like we show them the cases they get with, they're proud of the results, and they know like if someone doesn't work with doesn't do email marketing with us, it's a disservice to them. Like they truly know that, they truly believe that when they go after people within cold emails or any other marketing channel, they go hard with their
I'm gonna make a
passion.
hot take right here now. You know the brand Avi?
Yeah.
So we're good friends with Ron, Ash,
Mhm.
and Kid, all the above. Shout out, guys. Appreciate you. They just went on Twitter right now. They're talking about they're moving everything from Klaviyo to SendLane.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that in your agency that doesn't use Klaviyo? I'm curious.
No. I understand why they're doing that. They know
Why are they doing that?
they know the owner.
Of course, I know the reason, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I'm saying, do you see a world where people start moving off of Klaviyo and maybe
Yes.
into SendLane?
Klaviyo is
Yeah.
expensive.
Yes.
Oh, it's super
Yes.
expensive. Yeah,
Someone's
it's
got
really
to come
expensive.
in and make something just as good, but
But a little cheaper.
Yeah. 100%.
SendLane should, sponsor this podcast and everything too. We're coming
Yeah,
for you.
there are a couple of issues with SendLane I don't like.
Like what?
I would I need to go into the UI and I'd rather make a loom with the issues because I'm working on I run a couple of accounts. Shop Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
He
we
was a
run
sponsor.
Shop Hunter.
Shout out Shop Hunter.
Shout out Shop
sponsor.
Hunter. Yeah.
Huge sponsor of the
Yeah,
pod.
we
Thank
run
you.
their emails. So
Oh, there you go.
we
Look
use
at
Shop
that.
Hunter with them. There are a couple of like issues I don't like about them. But it's like stuff they can fix. And to be fair, I just need to do a loom and send it to them because Klaviyo as a piece of software itself is very good. It's very nice. They have made some questionable decisions recently with some stuff. SendLane is the underdog. So with the underdog, you are going to get a lot of great deals, great offers.
I'm curious, your biggest client, how much does he pay for Klaviyo? Because Klaviyo gets so expensive.
Oh, biggest
Like
client, how
4K,
much?
5K a month?
Probably. But the thing is, they pay with wire transfers. And when you pay more than 1.2K, you get a sales rep.
Okay.
So you can negotiate with them. If you pay more than 1.2K, you can get like a 10% discount.
Look at the value right there. Boom.
Yeah. But right now they're making it a lot more tricky because I think Klaviyo is going to do an IPO. So everything they're doing right now, they're trying to stack the different softwares they have. They're trying to increase the sales. They need the profit. They need the numbers like IPO and get a good multiple and exit. So that's what they're doing. Like I understand it from a business perspective. As an e-commerce store owner, everyone's starting to hate Klaviyo more, and I understand why. It's just getting like ridiculously expensive. Customer support is terrible.
My funniest thing is like when Klaviyo's like, yeah, it's $4,000, but like trust me, the ROI is there on the 4K. You made like
Yeah,
a $500,000.
no shit.
Like no shit, I did.
Yeah.
But like I'm paying Klaviyo more than I'm paying the person running
Yeah.
email on
Yeah,
Klaviyo.
Yeah, that's
Which
nuts.
is crazy, you know what I mean?
That's
Like
nuts.
think about that.
Yeah, that's nuts. With Klaviyo, their support is non-existent. I've been to Klaviyo's office. People are very nice, very sweet, but the agency partners, they rotate so much. There's a lot of things they don't like about Klaviyo's partner program. There was a lot of things they didn't like about Klaviyo's UI. Shout out to them. When I went to the office, I sent looms to the right people and they changed like the actual software stuff. It was like
Oh, wow.
awesome.
Wow.
How'd you get connected with Klaviyo? That's pretty sick.
Um,
Did you went to Boston and everything?
So we applied their partners program. We had a really good account manager. So we would be like the highest tier of Klaviyo partners. We just don't get the accounts attributed to us. Because the way you attribute accounts, to be fair, Klaviyo, it's so bullshit. It's basically they basically send you an email that looks like a phishing email. They need to accept that you're managing someone's account, then they get assigned to your account, and then you can level up your Klaviyo tier. It's such a dumb I just tell them like, listen, these are the people we work with. You have our team's emails on there. Add them as like partners. Like, no, we cannot do that. It needs to be approved by them. I'm like, okay, can I just send the email to myself because I don't want to bother clients because there's no benefit for them to like me go and doing the stuff. Like, no, you can't do that. It needs to be the client. We send it to the client. Some of our clients, they don't use the same email for like checking emails as they have in Klaviyo, right? There might be a customer support email.
Is it Klaviyo or Klaviyo?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Klaviyo. Everyone
fucking expensive.
I don't think they know.
Yeah, when you were there, they're probably like, yeah, Klaviyo.
I would say Klaviyo.
Klaviyo. Jesus Christ. I'm curious. So it's Shop Hunter, right? What? So he uses Klaviyo to send the emails?
No, SendLine.
Oh, he uses SendLine. Okay, got it. And like, I guess just like driving more users to Shop Hunter. That's interesting. So do you work with like service-based, like non-e-commerce,
like SaaS as well?
SaaS
Yes, SaaS is really good. So it was funny. We got Shop Hunter. Previously worked with Dropship.io.
With what?
Dropship.io.
Okay.
They're a competitor.
Yeah.
So right now we're working with Shop Hunter on just continuously. And I'm not going to talk about Shop Hunter specifically. I don't want to talk about their strategy without.
If you don't know what Shop Hunter is, look at the ad right here.
check out Shop Hunter. Shout out them. Like,
it's actually sick. Like the tool in the back.
It is.
There's been so many people that have tried to attribute revenue and traffic to companies. That's one of my favorite things. Is if you want to learn from a brand, you just pop it into
the funniest thing is like we meet the founders and like, yeah, we're doing like blah 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 millions, and Kyle's like, let me check Shop Hunter.
Let me check Shop Hunter, and I'm like, no, they're not.
No, you're not.
That's the best part about it.
Oh man.
Yeah. I like that as well. The thing I like about Shop Hunter as well, I was talking to Justin. And there were some things I saw within the process that they can improve. So right now, if you sign up to Shop Hunter, I think email 2 or 3, you get a video talking about their infinite product testing method. Because I was on like an hour-long call with Justin, talking about their brands and how much they're doing, like trying to get case studies. And I was like trying to get all these things I need from him. And I asked him like, hey, like you use Shop Hunter. What's the one tool and like what's the one way how you would use a tool, or what's the most underrated way to use a tool, because he uses it himself for his own brands. He showed me like a strategy. Told him like, listen, people don't know about us. Film a video. We'll have an email when someone's onboarded. They watch it. We did that. That's something pretty cool. But when it comes to software, it's like softwares or anything with marketing, email marketing, I like to look at as a supportive marketing mechanism. You have your funnel, and people are going through the funnel. Some people fall out. Email marketing brings them back into the funnel.
Back in, yeah.
It brings them back. Email marketing, SMS marketing, same with retargeting. It brings them back into the funnel. So for softwares, right? Let's say you even run Klaviyo, right? You would do cold email, but then you also have warm email. People that sign up to get demos. So you sign up to get demos. You get people that sign up but don't book a call. So that's one email flow you have there. You have people that sign up, book a call, but don't convert.
It's like an abandoned cart.
Yeah. You have people that sign up and convert. So you have 3 flows right away. So sorry.
No, you're good.
So people that sign up but don't book a call, push them to book a call. People that sign up, book a call, but don't convert, after a while, try to win them back. People that sign up and buy from you, send them best practices, intro them to agencies, get their stuff ready, right? Because with software, the churn happens when people don't use the software.
Question: How do you do attribution for all these guys though?
Google Analytics or Hyros. Hyros is better. Google Analytics,
So Hyros for Shop Hunter.
For
for example,
no,
for Shop
GA
Hunter,
is
like,
Shop Hunter.
So GA, okay, like
but
UTM
for
trackers and everything for this all this stuff.
But for other tools, we use Hyros. Actually, people didn't know how to attribute with Hyros. I did a whole entire post about our attribution. Alex Becker said like, "Hey, we got to get you on like the training." I filmed training for Hyros. They still have it. I get a couple of clients from that as well.
Cool. Damn,
it's been very nice.
Do you like Triple Whale at all?
Yeah, Triple Whale is great. I think Hyros is great for info product, SaaS.
Yeah.
Triple Whale is great for e-commerce. I would choose Triple Whale for e-commerce, Hyros for SaaS and info products. I've said this from the beginning when they both came out.
100%. No, very interesting, because like when I think of, don't take it the wrong way. When I think of you, I think of like e-commerce, email marketing. But like, if you really think of email marketing as a whole,
It's
like
for
e-commerce
everything.
is like this much of
Yeah.
the whole email marketing world. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all these SaaS companies, all these like service-based companies, they all need email marketing. You know?
Yeah.
So funny enough, this is like a side note. Obviously, I'm trying to invest money in different stuff, just like you in real estate, blah, blah, blah. I've been looking at exterminating businesses.
Mhm.
So like pest control, like cockroaches, this and that
Yeah.
type of stuff. Fucking amazing business, by the way. It's actually very similar to like owning real estate, because how it works is like you have these like black boxes that you put like on properties, and you pretty much pay rent for having that black box on the property. You should, like, it's a plastic box with like poison inside. That's pretty much how it works. And if you think about it, even that person, that business needs email marketing. You know what I mean?
100%.
All these boring businesses, they need email marketing. So, like,
Everything needs
if
email
you really
marketing.
think about email marketing as a whole, e-commerce is literally this much to like a market this much.
100%. If you sell if you sell solar and stuff like that, maybe that's like more like different kind of marketing. What I'm talking about is warm emails, cold emails, different.
Anything,
But for that, yeah,
even
anything B2C, B2B sometimes as well.
even
less.
honestly, I argue even B2B is probably even better for email marketing, just because like the LTV
higher
AOV
value.
of a customer is so big.
It depends. So you have cold emails, you have warm emails. I'm talking about specifically about warm emails. So people that come to you like kind of inbound leads. Cold emails, they'll be for B2B. You use that to get like new sales, like reach. new
Exactly,
people.
yeah, reach new people. No, like this,
Yeah, 100%.
it's endless type of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
so for example, the 15-year-old who is watching this, like, don't be scared saying, "Oh, email marketing saturated," because like Reinis does it. You know what I mean? It's like literally anybody.
But
could
to be fair, I would say right now, email marketing. If I had to start an agency right now, I wouldn't start email marketing. I would start doing landing pages. Everyone's asking for landing pages. Everyone needs that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No one's doing it. Like if I would start, so the thing is, like you're saying that, still don't be discouraged to email marketing or any business. But if you're starting from nothing, you have zero experience, nothing, you have better likelihood of success if you go into something that's untapped. The only option you can make email marketing work or paid ads work, go work for a big agency, get great results, make a name for yourself, and then you can start your own business. But if you don't want to go through that route, if you want to learn everything yourself, go into something that's unsaturated. Landing pages are great. Maybe specifically going for advertorials for e-commerce brands, right? Those are agencies that can crush it. And then you can upsell them to like CRO.
CRO, and then you upsell the email marketing effort too while you're at it too.
Yeah.
Because that's the beautiful thing about service-based business. Once you get the client and you're servicing them, then it's just like, and they like you, you can start stacking on top of it, obviously, right?
Yeah, you can. That's option one. What we like to do instead is we like to partner with other agencies. So we
Do
get
that as well,
referrals,
too.
so we give them referrals.
Yeah.
And from an operational standpoint, it's less complex to fulfill. Unless you can do something where you're a growth agency, you do a multitude of services, but then you charge a lot higher ticket. So we actually invested in a Facebook ads agency. We're helping them scale. We scale them up very, very nicely. Had a client that scaled from 1 to 4 mil a month.
Nice.
Recently. And that's the thing I'm telling him, like the way we scale our agency is going to be different than what you should be doing. Like you shouldn't be copying us. You should be going for fewer clients, higher ticket prices, because like email marketing, you're going to have a cap to how much money you can make, right? If you make a mil a month, you're not going to go over, for example, like 35, 45%. Sometimes you can, but that might be the ceiling. With paid ads, if you're doing 100K a month, if you get a really good ads agency, you can go to $1 million. You can go to 2 million, 3, 4, 5 million. So for them, it's better to have fewer clients who just do a lot more sales and go for them.
Yeah.
An agency model for anyone young is probably like, I wish when I was like 18, 19, 20, I started an agency and just something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like if you do agency properly, time is like your best friend in a sense.
Yeah.
You find a niche that you're good at, you become decent at it, and then you just like time and just like compounds over time. You know what I mean? It's the easiest
for
way
sure.
to make like Iman obviously sold this like to the moon, but like 10K, 20K a month in a sense, right? Like it's like the
And
easiest.
it's predictable, like
It's a
measurable. It's
like profit, not revenue.
More importantly, it's profitable. So the issue is,
Well, yeah, e-commerce you can do 20K easily, but like you're gonna make $1,000.
Yeah.
that's the thing with e-commerce. People like look at these big numbers, but what's the profit?
Oh, it's fake.
Right.
Yeah.
No, like some brands they crush it, but like really like the e-commerce is like easier to scale at the scale. But the issue with e-commerce is a lot of these guys that we see is like they're saying like, oh, like we do a mil a year, but like you do a mil a year, you do 100K in profit, but how much of that 100K can you take out? Because if you
have to
take
go
out
buy
the entire
inventory,
100K,
yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're done. You can't do it.
You have to call Reinis for a loan after that, and he's the only one to give it to you because you only made 100K. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, it's about, as Warren Buffett says, like he invests in businesses that have high net free cash flow, meaning money you can take out of the business after reinvesting back and not losing your competitive advantage.
I like that. Say that again. That's actually pretty fire.
What is up, New Money Talks fam? Just want to hop on here real quick and shout out our amazing sponsor, Ecom.ai. Remember, Ecom with a K, Ekom.ai. These guys are amazing. Amazing team, amazing technology. Think what they do, right? You have all this content, all these landing pages, all these product descriptions all over your website, right? But you can never optimize them for SEO. Either you have to hire someone in-house, hire an agency to do them, costs so much money and takes so much time. But with Ecom, what they did is they built this awesome generative AI software that plugs into your store, Shopify, Amazon, WooCommerce, Magento, even eBay for all of you old timers out there. And what they do is they optimize the whole entire website, boom, instantaneously. It's honestly insane. What they do is they drive so much more new traffic, sales, conversions to your website through SEO. You already have all this content online. It's ranking on Google. Might as well optimize it and rank it even higher. And Ecom is the best team, best technology out there to do that. Definitely check them out. Ekom.ai by an amazing company called Writerly. Check them out. Now, back to the episode.
Yeah, so you should invest in businesses and build a business that has a high net free cash flow. Net free cash flow means money, the profit you make, you can take out for yourself without losing the competitive advantage and the growth you have for your business.
So e-commerce is the opposite of that.
No. I wouldn't say that. E-commerce can be really great. It just, you need to sell the right product, right? What I'm talking, like when I say like e-commerce brands, like, oh, you make $1 million a year, 10% net profit,
of course.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's most people, because they don't have a great product. They don't have a great offer. And if you're just doing $1 million a year, you need to get to at least 10 million with those margins minimum, right? It's people who don't know how to have good financials. They don't know how to run ads properly. They don't know how to build a business to where, like, because if you do $100K a year profit automated, that's amazing. You know, that's amazing. But most people are not gonna get
very
there.
few are not. No one's there. You know, it's very few are there. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Very few are there. So I'd rather have a business that has, for example, like 90% gross margins, right? And 90% gross margins, I can scale to like $1 million a month, and then I'll have money I can take out for myself comfortably. So, and then I can invest that in somewhere, so on and so forth. Those businesses are great, right?
Definitely.
I'm not saying e-commerce is bad. I do love e-commerce. We're actually working on building our own e-commerce brand.
Nice.
Like the thing we're looking at right now is just not to sell the same products our clients sell, so there's no conflict of interest, which is kind of tricky because we have a lot of
so many clients.
Yeah. But e-commerce is great. Every business works. Every business can make money. It just needs to be the right business for you, and you just don't need to be a fucking dumbass about it.
Literally. And don't have shiny object syndrome, you know?
Yeah.
Like, focus on something for more than like 6 to 8 months, you know what I mean?
100%.
Because like I think less than 6 to 8 months is just like you're jumping too quick. 8
Yeah.
months is a good gauge of like, okay, like this worked, this didn't work, you know?
Yeah. For me to like make my first $1 million revenue from like 13, I made my first $1 million revenue at 20. So it took like 7 years of trial and error.
There you
To
go.
be fair, I was a dumbass for the most of the years up until I was like 17, right? But still, like with the other agency we're doing, it's probably going to be like 3 years, because like I helped him get clients, I helped him like help him get partnerships. Now we're scaling him up, and it's going to be the first $1 million probably end of next year. So it's been
That's
3
awesome.
years.
You got anything else? I'm tapped.
I got a curveball question for you, a little more philosophical.
Shoot.
So you've had all these accomplishments up until you're 22 years old. I'm going to reframe this because this is for a short. All right. So
Perfect.
So you've accomplished all of these things at the ripe age of 22. What do you want to be known for?
The greatest Latvian alive. 100%. My country is small. I wanna be known as the best Latvian alive. So to me, that means more than just making money. It means bringing an impact to the country, bringing the country's name out in the world, and making sure Latvia is making a ton of money. Because if you look at Latvians in the United States, Latvians make the most money out of any immigrant. They make $99,000 household income per year. That's number one from any immigrant. I want to make sure the Latvians back in home, they make at least the same amount of money. Everybody. I want to bring the knowledge and know here. I want to show them how to take it to the other markets and grow it big. So that to me would be being the greatest
on
Latvian
the news in Latvia.
Yeah, really.
Front page of the news in Latvia.
That's sick.
That's
an interesting
I
stat.
like that. That's awesome.
I feel like a lot of people that immigrate from just any country outside of the United States just end up making a lot more than the people actually in the US, because United States people are lazy as fuck.
Bro. I'm telling you, when I was looking at other people who are making more money than me at like 16, I'm like, if I was in your position, I would make so much more than you. Because like even right now, I feel like I need to come to the States more often. Because the best way for me to get clients is like I just come here, I go to dinner, someone has a brand, we talk about email marketing, we get them as a client. If I was doing that, I'd make 10 times more. Like in Latvia, it's good to grind, it's good to focus, but I've realized I'm at the point right now where I need to focus on higher leverage activities, which would be these dinners and going to more podcasts. Everything.
You need the hustle, but you need the environment for the hustle to thrive.
Yeah, I mean, I've done the hustling. I will still need to hustle. I just need to be around bigger and better people.
Right environment.
Yes, exactly. Your environment, 100%. So, like when you're starting from nothing, you need to hustle. You need to just be putting in the work. But then you need to switch to, hiring, and then you need to switch to improving your environment.
100%. Where's like your top place people are finding right now? You said Instagram.
Top place to find me?
Yeah.
Instagram, email Reinis.
Email Reinis. That's so good.
Yeah,
so
or
funny.
at Reinis, Reinis. I have that.
You got both?
Yeah,
Which
Reinis
one's
is just
primary?
like email Reinis is my.
Is
my
Reinis
main
like
one.
a name a lot of Latvians have? Like,
Yeah.
What does it mean? Does
Yeah.
it mean something?
No.
No.
It's just like having a name Jacob, I guess. Maybe I don't know. I don't think it means anything.
It's like John in like America or Kyle.
No,
That's funny.
it stems from like Reinhard's, like a German. Like if you look far back, there's some like roots in Germany, but it's nothing like, I don't know, like Hunter.
Definitely. And your partner, his name, you said Jordan?
Jacob.
Jacob, sorry. Got it.
Email CEO on Instagram, but he's probably not gonna accept your
Email
following
CEO.
request unless he knows you.
Yeah.
Why? He doesn't like following people?
And he just doesn't
He's
care.
off social
And
media.
he doesn't care.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I mean, to be fair, if I didn't have an agency, if I had an e-commerce business, I would go to these events, I would get people's phone numbers, chat with them on like iMessage, and not have social media.
Yeah.
Because ideally, I would just not want to care.
Just fly under the
But,
radar.
yeah, I mean now I need to do it for the network and for the business. Yeah, 100%. I do love the people that I'm chatting with on a day-to-day basis. I'm in such a great environment with the people I know online. I love talking with them. But ideally, if I, for example, had a very successful e-commerce business, I'd be off the grid. I'd have like a very, very, very few people I know and I'm really close with. Go out with them, meet with them, but wouldn't be out in the public because I wouldn't want to be known. Back in Latvia right now, still I'm considering. I was thinking about like talking about, like I said, I want to be like the greatest Latvian live. I was thinking about like no one does the content about business in Latvia at a good level. Like people who do, they might be making like $1,000 a month.
Like the Gary V of Latvia.
Yeah, kind of. The thing is, the market is small, but it's like, to be fair, I wouldn't care about the market. I wouldn't be making any money off it. It just, I don't want to be known. I don't want to, like, if I go on the street, I go to the club, I don't, like, no one comes to me. I'm chilling, I'm good. But then I know it would be so easy just to blow up and have people, like, come to me. And then, like, I'm saying this because I used to be, like, Reinis Fit in Latvia. Like, people in my age group knew me. And like a couple of years back, I went out. People were like, you were Reinis Fit, da 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 da. It seems kind of cool until it's too many people. I'm not trying to sound like a celebrity. It's just like I've known some people who are famous, and it's just a lot of unnecessary pressure. Like if you're low key, you're under the radar. If you're known and people look at you, they eyeball your every move. You need to be like very, very careful
Yeah.
because you might slip up in some way, shape, or form that people on society might not find acceptable.
Look at the Tates, and what's happening to them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be in that position if they didn't have as much of a following.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. I do think I like a lot of stuff they say. I did watch their interview. I think there are some contradictions and no one's calling them out on like what they're saying though, which is kind of funny. But 100%, like I are they guilty or not? I think Romania is a corrupt country. If they want to put you in jail, they will put you in jail. The same thing with any Eastern European country. Are they guilty or not? I'm not the one to judge. But just looking at everything I've seen on social media, like might be a government play, because the U.S. government has a lot of power against foreign governments. I was thinking about it as well, even during the Rona times. The U.S. government, they control a lot of the European nations. They can dictate laws, they can dictate rules, especially for countries that don't have a lot of money. In Latvia, we had a bank that had to shut down because of the US. And in Latvia, the rules for banking are so strict because of the US, because they want to please the US. It's Scandinavian banks in Latvia working with Latvian businesses, but they want to please the United States, which is a country like 3,000 miles away from them, like 1,000 miles away from them. And that's why they literally changed regulations and rules. It's not because even of BlackRock. It's just the U.S. government. And if they want to put someone in jail in a foreign country, they will. Look at Julian Assange, right? He's been on a run for a fat minute, right? And if you look at it objectively, like he didn't leak the files. He built a WikiLeaks, a tool where people can leak government files. And the government didn't like that. The U.S. government didn't like that. So they're going after him in different countries. Now, he is kind of like living, I don't know, like a 10 square foot apartment. But, I mean, the U.S., they have a lot of power over European countries and especially smaller Eastern European countries like Latvia. They want to push something for us to do something. They want us to, push the LGBTQ agenda for some money. Maybe not now because people there, they're not gonna take it too well. But give it slowly build it step by step by 10 years, and they will, just because they want to please the U.S.
Damn, I feel like it's a lot of countries too, not just them.
Yeah. Any Eastern European country, and you look at Africa. Africa is the same way with China.
Really?
Right now, yeah. Because there was a book, the Confessions of an Economic Hitman. And the way, for example, the U.S. did this too, but the way China, for example, owns countries by not owning them is they fund large infrastructure projects. They fund massive infrastructure projects, which are to be shown to improve the quality of lifestyle for different countries. What ends up happening, these projects are massive. China knows these countries cannot pay them back, and they don't expect them to pay them back. And these countries are like, hey, listen, taxpayers, you need to pay us more money to pay this project back. And they can't because they don't make enough money to do that. And then they go to China, they say, hey, we cannot pay you back. What are we going to do? China says, okay, let us use, for example, this part of the seaport as a military base. So they have military base and stuff all over, Africa.
Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the money, but do this.
But we're going to take over.
Yeah. They do that, and that's where U.S. has slipped up as well within Africa. It's like the Frey Road from China to Europe. The ports, they're owned by China. So they own them, which is kind of crazy with the level of influence they have.
I did not think we'd go there with
Damn.
this. That's damn.
I got one more question before we wrap this up. Are you comfortable sharing any of your highest, not necessarily value clients, but highest revenue generating clients? Any big ones? Shark Tank?
Oof, we have one massive one in Norway.
Like the Udi or something like that.
We have one massive one in Norway. We work with a couple big ones like Total Kind. It's they're selling stuff for kids, but they're very known like the baby community. Total Kind. We started working with 7879.co. They sell jewelry. We were working with Nomisk. They sell kind of like anti-period.
The period thing.
Yeah.
That was a young kid, right?
Yeah.
He was like,
Akash, but
20
he's a very cool guy, very
Beast.
humble, amazing guy. I like him.
Oh, is that like the pink thing that like
Yeah.
vibrates?
because a lot of people worked with him. Right? I think like Carl worked with him
Yeah.
on CRO and
Yeah.
stuff. So like
Yeah.
he just ripped this business. It was, I'm pretty sure it
scaled
started off
quickly.
drop shipping, then pivoted over to maybe inventory or something like
Mhm.
that. But he branded it, ripped it, and then worked with all the top service guys
Yeah.
and ripped it even more.
100%. On top of that, we work with other clients. We work with Big Tricks, the Birth Poster. They sell like, you definitely seen this product. They sell like these baby posters, like life size baby posters,
Mhm.
and the night sky pattern
Mm.
thingy. So they sell those BOD. We've worked with a couple like print on demand brands as well, like Lulu Cartoons was big a couple of years back, where you look like the yellow characters. You can't say The Simpsons because it's not The Simpsons for legal reasons.
Yeah.
So those are a couple of them. We have some more on the site. There's some more we have NDAs with. We can't mention, but there have been $100 million businesses that we've
Wow.
talked about email marketing, how to do it right. Just like very, very interesting guys that sell jewelry through their own TV channel. They sell
Wow.
jewelry. They have their own TV channel, just 24/7,
Damn.
just ads.
Jeez.
24/7, just ads.
In what country? In America?
UK.
Wow,
Mm.
that's pretty sick.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty. When you go on like a tool like Shop Hunter and you see all the brands that are doing like 500K in a day, 400K in a day, 900K in a day, you're like, I've never heard of this. This is insane.
Yeah.
And it opens up your mind to all the companies that are
Oh,
you don't know
That exists you never
that are
heard
just
of.
absolutely ripping.
I was at a dinner. We were together at the same dinner like this week,
Yeah.
and I turned to a guy. And I started talking. I'm like, "Hey, what do you do?" He goes, "Oh, we own a holding company." I was like, "Oh, that's great." He was like, "Yeah, we have 5 brands, $100 million." And I was like, "Oh, what's the name of them?" He goes, "Blah blah blah." I'm like, "I've never heard of a single one."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
our biggest brand does like 50 mil a year." And I was just like, "Yeah." He's like, "We've had it for like 8 years." And I
Yeah.
was like, "What the hell?" He's like, "Yeah, it's a beauty company." And I was like, "What kind of beauty?" He goes, "Oh, like old women beauty." And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, it's a good business. You know, we've just had it for a while." I'm like you don't even like imagine this type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it's like Boom by Ezra Firestone.
Well,
Their
it's a
brand.
competitor
Yeah.
of them, exactly.
Yeah,
Literally
yeah,
a competitor of
like
Ezra
that
Firestone.
brand,
Yep.
right? If you look at cosmetics companies, you wouldn't find them like as the first thing because it's such a
They
niche
rip.
thing.
They rip.
They do rip.
They rip.
They're such a niche thing. They have such loyal customers.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because it's like if you really understand e-commerce in the game right now, it's like you need high AOV,
Yeah.
you need consumable, you need the right customer base. So like women is better than men always in e-commerce.
100%.
Women with
sell.
money because they're older is even better than younger women with less money.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you can do subscriptions with beauty products on top of that too. It's just like that's why beauty's so if you like that's why Boom, like Ezra Firestone's amazing. If you can hit it, you hit it right. You know what I mean? Like that's like a good product. Also, it's a small product, it's light,
Yeah,
easy to ship. Like they probably don't cost much to make. The margins are fucking sorry. The margins are crazy on them. So it's like people don't really think through that type of stuff when they make a brand, but the stuff you have to think through. And beauty's a great place to be in. You know,
Yeah,
Ezra Firestone money.
My buddy, I'm not going to reveal the product, but my buddy was selling a product for $20, scaling in Sweden. The product costs less than $1 with it being shipped out. It weighs nothing. It costs nothing, like nothing to make. And he was ripping. Every year he runs this product. It's a seasonal brand, but every year he runs it. They absolutely crush it. Like with email marketing, it's a good product to run as well. I don't remember how much they were making a month, but I think a couple $100K, just like net margins above 50%.
With a $20 product.
Yeah.
Damn, you never see that.
Yeah, no, like their product is crazy. I don't think it would work in the United States though.
Oh, you have to be in that market.
Yeah. And then what's
No,
really
no, they don't have like it. The product could work. It just like I think the CPAs would be too high.
margins would be
that's
way lower.
Yeah, that's market. They just have very low CPMs, and the CPAs are going to be lower because of less competition. Anyone can enter the market. Just they have fewer competitors.
Yeah, but
Interesting.
that's even more impressive that you can get a company to a couple 100,000 in a market that's probably 10% of the size of the U.S.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
that means,
work with
like,
we
they
work
got the
with
same CPAs. They're getting 3 mil here.
Yeah, we work with a brand that's 4 mil in Sweden and Norway, and
Wow.
Sweden and Norway they're like
Tiny. It's like New York City.
I think it's like that's
crazy.
like 20 mil.
That's
That's like
crazy.
New York.
Literally,
Like
New York City.
imagine you have a brand in the U.S. and you're only targeting New York City and you're doing 4 million a month.
Yeah.
Like, that's impressive.
You probably
Yeah.
could, honestly, to be honest. It'd be
Yeah.
expensive.
Not with
It'd be
these
expensive as
CPMs.
hell, though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, they theoretically could go into the United States, but they had a product that was crushing United States. They took into Europe. And what was smart for them is to go into other European countries. You know, have even less competitors.
Yeah, it's not even like, oh, I'm going to Germany,
Like,
or
I'm going to
France, I'm
Latvia.
going to Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to Latvia.
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, there's a guy doing 5K a day selling in Lithuania, Slovakia, and
Jeez.
Estonia.
Is it in English or they translate to
They
all
translate. They
languages?
do everything local.
Dude, a lot of the
languages.
new themes on Shopify, I was like really doing a deep dive in this. It'll auto translate some of the landing pages for you
Really?
based on geolocation. So there's apps that you can get, but some of the new Shopify landers, they're just automatically translating it. So all you need to do is translate your creative to that country,
Yeah,
and you can go ahead.
that's a
and rip.
good way to test. And then later, if you see it rip, you can just get a high rate.
Oh yeah.
a
Then you want to
translator,
probably
rewrite,
create a
copywriter.
secondary brand.
100%.
All your processors are in line.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
the processing, that's the tricky part in
Yeah,
Europe.
processing. You have different processors. I mean, you use Stripe for credit cards, but you have Klarna for you know, buy now pay later. You have Ideal in Netherlands. You should have PayPal in Germany. You can run without it, but you should.
It's tough without it.
There are people who still get like 3% conversion rates without it, but ideally you should have it. And
PayPal and Klarna in Germany, really.
PayPal and Klarna, yes. Same thing in Sweden. Sweden, like my buddy who is doing like the over 50% net margin product, his like 70-80% of his payments are through Klarna.
Yeah, it's
He
crazy.
had a brand with a 10% conversion rate because he changed before Shopify took away the ability to have a custom checkout. When they did that, now you can still do it kind of.
Yeah.
He created a custom landing page with Klarna where you would buy with one click.
Oh, shoot.
Wow.
So,
And he did, like, you might think like he would get a bunch of chargebacks and refunds. No, it was fine.
Dan,
But he just couldn't continue the brand.
You know Dan De Silva?
Yeah.
So, like, he's been on the pod and everything, too. He did the same thing, like, not with Klarna, but, like, buy now, pay later on a digital product.
Yeah.
And it was, like, I think it was, like, $1 a day or something, like $1 a month or something like that. And it was, like, the conversion rate was like $1,000 product. Like $1 a day, some crazy thing like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously the conversion is going to be nuts like
Yeah,
that. But then you
yeah.
fall into, like, other issues. Pretty much what you fall into is, like, over time, those payments can't get fulfilled.
Yeah.
Because I think about it, you pay $1, right? But then that person doesn't have another $999 to
Yeah.
pay the rest of it. So then you fall into, like, insufficient fund problems the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in his case, it was a product under $25.
Oh, okay, so there you go.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
killing it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Damn.
Yeah.
This was fun. We got to weird places, like technical stuff, like
Yeah,
non-technical
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
philosophical stuff, political
Yeah.
stuff, everything.
Yeah, everything.
This is probably the most
Cover
like
the
a
rainbow.
spread out one we've had. I like
Yeah.
it though. It was sick. It was
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, it's interesting. If you have ADHD, this podcast is fun for you.
But so where can people find you? You said Instagram.
Email Reinis. Email, as in, you know, the emails you
They're
send.
gonna email you.
Email Reinis. No,
Oh, email Reinis.
Email Reinis. Yeah, no.
Be like, yo, email Reinis.
Yeah.
We'll
Email
link it all in the
We'll put, it in the,
REINIS.
we'll put it in the description.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
too.
We'll link your agency as well.
Yeah,
Agency as well.
We'll talk
It-
about commissions later. Now.
yeah, if someone works with us for email, let them know, let me know that you came from this podcast.
New
I'm
money
gonna give
talks.
I'm gonna give these guys.
No,
We don't
better
want
yet,
anything. We don't want
you take the
anything.
discount. Give them the discount,
give it-
whatever you
give it
give
to
us
the
in
client.
kickback.
Okay, bet.
We don't
But
need it. Don't worry
50%
about
off.
that.
I'm gonna
Whatever,
hit you up after for my brain. No, I'm just kidding.
whatever they need. And for us, we do this thing called gentleman's agreement or whatever. Pretty much what it means is we bring all these guests on for free. There's like, it's obviously free, you know what I mean? Like, people watch this free, they get free value. Like, you're an expert obviously in the space. We've had other people who are expert in the space. We ask for a few little things, very easy things. One, go follow him, go hit him up. That's number one. Number two, like this, comment on this, follow us on Instagram, TikTok. We're on everything. We also have a newsletter with a whole bunch of subscribers on there.
You know what you got to do with the newsletter? You got to go opt into it. Then go check your email. If for some reason it hits spam, this guy knows about the spam. Take that out.
Yep.
And then I want you to reply to one of the emails and just rate it 1 out of 10.
Exactly. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we send out newsletters. Shout out Alex, killer. We have like, I don't know, like hundreds of like newsletters that have been sent out
Yeah.
over the past few months. Check that out. Make sure you subscribe to here. We're almost at like 2K subscribers on this. So like,
Yeah,
we're
we got
moving up.
Subscribe or you're poor.
Subscriber bad luck for 5 years.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Thank you for
No, that should be shared with 5 friends or bad luck for
Oh,
5 years.
yeah,
We're,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
like we're just stacking stuff on you. Just do
Yeah,
this
just
stuff.
do it all.
Just
Do
do
all
it.
of them. Thank you.
If you've reached this point, you literally should be doing
Yeah.
all that. Yeah. We're like an hour and a half deep. Anyways, thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
you, bro. And
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
catch you guys on the next one.
See you in the next one.
Peace.
Adios.